It'll be fun. We can talk.
But I don't even do cross stitch, so like, what are we actually gonna talk about?
You used to do cross stitch.
Yeah, but I don't now.
Hi guys, this is my son, Tonk. Is that the nickname we're going by?
Yeah, my sister couldn't pronounce my name when she was a kid, so she just called me Tonk, which sounds nothing like my name. So she just called me Tonk, and yeah, now my brother will never let me live with my real name.
So you've met Panda, my daughter, many of you, and Ryan, my oldest son, and this is my middle kiddo, my musician.
Tonk, yeah.
Tonk.
Yeah, my real name is Colin, but my brother called me Tonk. So.
And you're how old?
I am 4. I'll be turning 21 next week, so that's exciting.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I'm actually turning 21, and I can drink alcohol.
So welcome.
I can drink special drinks.
To my channel.
Special setup.
Oh, cool. Oops, my bad. So welcome to my channel. I'm Mary the Daydream Stitcher. This is Flosstube number 55. And ignore the insect that's flying around because the window's open over
Also
there.
ignore my haircut, please. I don't really like it that much.
You need a new barber.
It looks kind of like one of those burrs outside that you find, like, but then it got split in half, and then the top
Alan
part
is
got
very
put on my
self-deprecating, like sense of humor. So I love your hair. He's got great hair. He used to have Shirley Temple ringlets, and I never let him forget it.
It looks like brown macaroni that got burnt.
Good, awesome hair.
Continue.
So we're here to talk about stitching. So this is Flosstube 55. Today is, do you know what today's date is?
2022.
It's 2023 now, and it's February 15th.
How am I supposed to memorize the date?
I know, how are you supposed to do it?
How am I supposed to know the year?
And we will talk about what we did this week or two after. We'll talk about stitching first, and then we can talk a little bit about the other. I'm pulling up on my phone right now because I had a giveaway. I'm going to go ahead and do that winner, and then I do have I have another couple patterns to give away later in the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that just to kind of get that out of the way. I think I only had one person actually that entered this one, and
that makes sense.
Does it? Yeah.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing.
Only one person was interested in wanting it.
I'm just teasing. Yeah.
And her name is Tina Wales. So Tina, you win the Marty Bell. You want to be my game show gal here?
Sure. And the game show. Yeah.
Make sure it's in the screen.
Imagine if they have like a talk show and I'm like holding it up, but it's off the camera. Like, everyone here, you can see we have. Oh wait, yeah, just like wrongdoing.
And so I showed them on my last video. They're 2 little English cottages.
We could post a picture on the screen too. Yeah.
We could do that. It'd just be more to do. And then we'll talk about this giveaway later on. So you can take this down now. Thank you.
They'll come back up though every time it's like on break or something. It's like, we'll be right back, and it's just like this instead of ads or something.
Intermission.
And then we'll come back down again after intermission.
Yeah, well, that's not a bad idea actually. For like when I do
why'd we have an intermission though? It's like the video, you're like, alright everyone, now we get a 15-minute intermission. It just goes like this, and then 15 minutes later it comes back down.
We'll play like the Gone with the Wind music.
Lickin' plays, yeah.
Yeah. So this video is going to be more disjointed than usual, as you can tell, but I'll do my best to stay on focus, on topic. Thank you to everyone who commented, who visited my video last time, and for everyone who commented and left such lovely comments and advice. I had asked about getting hoop marks out of an old whip that was like 20 years old or more, and I had a couple of recommendations as to maybe what I could do, and of course I did it like So GWiz65 said, "Hi Mary, you might try Best Press ironing spray on the hoop marks. I've had good luck with that on stubborn creases." Thank you, GWiz, or Jeannie, it says at the end. So I will definitely, I'm going to try that. I haven't tried that yet. And Stick Strings and Other Things, oh, I like that name, said, "A trick for getting hoop marks out. Get the fabric damp, put it in a Ziploc bag, pop it in the freezer. Wait till fabric freezes, take it out, and iron the hoop marks right away. It might help."
Here's what, But here's what I need to know. What is other things? What are they hiding in that name? What evil, sinister things
strings and other things
behind the name?
That almost sounds like a kite, like a stick and a string, doesn't it?
I need to do, like, further investigation and find out what other things is.
All right, well, we shall see. We'll have to go and check out their channel. Oh, and they do Flosstube, so I will definitely crochet, cross stitch, and spinning. So there's one of my shout outs, stick, strings, and other things. I haven't actually watched the channel yet, but
just because of their name.
They left advice, and we like the name of the channel.
Please tell us what other things is. We really, really need to know.
A burning question. So I am going to show my whips this last couple weeks. It's been, I think, about 2 weeks since I last uploaded a video of an update, and I've been doing a lot of stitching in that time. I have a few things to show. It never feels like as much when I have to show, you know, on my update as I thought I was stitching on, but it is what it is. And I am happy with my progress this week, actually. So would you like to be the show up person? Can you hold it up nice and close?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, try this, see if this works.
Here, yeah. Right.
I worked on this one called A Gentle Needle, and you bring it back just a little and then let it autofocus if you hold it. A Gentle Needle is by Monticello.
Can I show the next one then?
You can hold it.
I must show the next one.
You can hold it. Yeah. It's crooked on here. And I worked on the border mostly since I last showed it. I think all the border. I came down this side right here, and I ran out of 7/3/4. At least the bobbin that I had, which didn't have much left on it. It was an old bobbin. I mean, this is not a full skein in this by any means, but I had used it on other projects and things. And I'm sure I have another skein of it somewhere, but I don't. It's kitted up somewhere, and so I bought another one at Michael's the other day. My daughter went in to get some yarn, and you know, you got to get a couple of flosses while you're in there. So I picked up a few that I knew I needed. So hopefully I can get this finished this year. I'm making good progress, and just I've got to finish that border, which actually goes pretty quickly once you get the pattern down. I was just kind of going back and forth with the leaves, and then I just have to put the vine in, and then I just need to finish these little motifs here, and there's a couple colors that just need to be popped.
You should next show up a board of all the things you need to do. But it's like, I just need to do this, and then I just need to do this. And then I just need to do this. Here, you can look at the full list in the description.
Yeah, here.
99 more options.
This is all I need before and then I'm
items.
finished in like a couple days.
Yeah.
It's one thing we often do in cross stitch. I know I do all the time is I'll look at something like this and I'll think, oh, I'm almost done with this. I'll have this done, whipped out in a couple days. All I have to do is this. I only have to do this. And then I start stitching and I realize it's a whole lot more than I
It's like
there's something the matter.
You're holding up the pattern for the thing, and then you're like, I finished, and then the pattern, like, the paper, like, then comes down like that, and it, like, pops down. You see there's another page of it.
I do that too. Sometimes I think I'm finished, and then I go back and I skip stuff. Actually, I meant to put my Valentine's gnome up here. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, so maybe that window's passed. But I will say I have it out.
Wait, hold that down real quick.
In the book.
There
Where did he come from? Look at who popped up.
Yeah, 100%. Well, gnomes have that way of traveling a second because they can't see because the hat's in the way, so they have to be able to travel around like through the second.
Just have to make a wish that they show up and you're covering his huge nose there. Yeah. So that's my Valentine's gnome, the only gnome I've done. I got kind of burnt out on him because I was stitching him really fast last year. Those of you who've been around a little while might remember that I stitched him last Valentine's and I attempted to make a stand-up, but he doesn't really stand up. He's very lopsided.
Let me give you
so I just lean him up against something, a picture frame or a pot or something, and he just leans, you know, he's just chilling. But he's a perfect example. After I did all of this, then I realized I forgot to finish stitching his hand. So it is what it is.
It's like when those people will go up and they show off. Like in one of those shows, it's like, now here we have Mrs. Something did this, and the thing just like flops over because it's like in a show or something, like a cartoon. They hold up the epic thing and it just like falls over, usually indicating that's not very good.
It's like that show Nailed It. Have you ever seen that show Nailed It?
No.
Where they show like what it's supposed to look like, and then the people will try to make it, and it's like completely the Pinterest thing.
It looks good. It's just that I guess a gnome has like a sore ankle or something, and it keeps wanting to fall over.
There is a great tutorial out there for stand-ups by Vanna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher. She does a wonderful tutorial. I followed her tutorial, but I messed up. It's all me. I messed up the bottom. I didn't use, I think probably a heavy enough bottom. Yeah. And so the cardboard is kind of flimsy, and it just, and I don't sew very well, so.
Wait, they have their own, you mean they have their own thing for, I'm trying to put on your shoulder like a bird. You mean they have their own things, like, just dedicated for these stand-up
Well, for
gnomes?
A stand-up. Mm-hmm. Well, not just for gnomes.
So it's like a
So the gnome is from Etsy. It's from a shop, I think, called Cute Embroidery, or Cute Broderie.
The pattern, you mean?
Yeah, the pattern. And then I sewed it together, and then I did the stand-up with stuffing and
I'll squish it
there
in
you
like
go.
a book.
He can lean. He does a lot of leaning.
Here, let's have him leaning. That's like his iconic.
And then he's going to go back to bed for the rest of the year and sleep and hibernate.
He'll be watching that from the book.
Moving on, speaking of times past, like Valentine's Day.
Speaking on staying on topic.
Here is the next one.
Wait,
you don't know who Vanna White is.
And
the name of this is just January Cottage of the Month from Country Cottage Needleworks. I'm almost done. I want to do one for each month. I've already finished. So I was thinking the other day, I finished September in 2021, and I didn't do any last year, and then I did this one. And so if I do, Colin, you could take it down now.
You know what you need to have? You need to have like a string that connects to this, so it just like hangs down. And then you can like you can just take scissors and like snip the string and let it fall down again. Or for intermission thing, you could just like put it like anyway. Continue.
Yeah, pulley system, or just hope that they can see it.
Or you could have several strings coming down. You could pull on each one to make it like lower down.
So what I was thinking was, Colin, if I stitch, there are how many months of the year?
12.
Homeschooling for the win. If I have two, well, I have one finished, and I have this one almost finished. And then after that leaves 10. So I figure if I continue at my rate of stitching one every other year, I'll be done with all of the 12 months in 20 more years.
Good luck with that. But you have to finish one every month.
Well, if I wanted to get done in a year. But
is that possible for a true cross-stitcher?
This is every other. I did one 2 years ago. Now I did this one, and I'm saying I have 10 more to go.
But you're not.
So if I do every other year, that's 20 years.
I think most people can agree, though. You're not a true cross-stitcher if you can finish something in under a month. You're not a good cross-stitcher.
There are some, believe it or not.
Nah.
I know you don't know anyone.
You have, in order to be a cross-stitcher, one of the qualifications, like requirements on the list, they should come out with a list, is to have like a gigantic, to not be able to finish a cross-stitch pattern in under like several years, you know.
Oh, I showed this one last time and it doesn't have any more progress.
Yeah, but you could show it again, why not?
Yeah, I said here
for the people that haven't seen the other video.
For the people who haven't seen, I said last time, this is well-behaved women seldom make history, also known as historical women. I showed this last time exactly like this, and I said I finished Harriet Tubman, and then when I was editing, I had to put in a disclaimer that said she had not, in fact, finished Harriet Tubman.
You're cheap.
It's from a show, the narrator, if anyone used to watch It's My Age, Arrested Development, it was a hilarious TV show.
It's interesting she is.
I've made a huge mistake.
She has purple lips. I mean purple
golden
cheeks.
Retriever hair.
And then she has no.
Yeah, no, she will have the right colored cheeks.
That's basically the lady with the
Oops,
what is her name again?
Sorry for shaking the camera.
Wait, what is her name again?
The next one?
No, not that one.
Well, Harriet Tubman's the one who's
not Harriet. Oh my gosh. What is her name? Lady Godiva. Like her hair literally upside down.
Blends in.
It literally looks like the hair on a golden retriever, but like in one place, like all that much hair. If that thing was life size.
Joan of Arc looks like she doesn't have any shoes on. She looks like her legs just end at her knees, so I need to restitch that. It's just because it's so light, it doesn't show up against that fabric.
That's me most days with having shoes on. But I actually managed to like set that down without damaging the pad, like putting it down neatly. That's interesting. I have now reached a new goal. That's new for me.
Good job. My battery died, and so I put in a new one. That one looks full. Let's see if it is telling me the truth. And Colin got bored, and he ran off and disappeared. So,
boom. Yeah.
But not really.
I just, yeah, whatever. All right, continue.
Okay, so we're going to go back to, we were starting to show the Scary Sampler. So you want to show the lovely people my start on Scary Sampler. Well, I'm going to try to put a picture up here of what the completed thing looks like.
No, when I first saw this, I was confused whether this was like fabric, or if that was like me making a pizza after it goes in the oven, because it's like the crust never gets done for me. It's super dewy.
It's like
doughy.
pizza dough color?
It literally looks like the crust when I put it in.
So if you were to name that fabric, you'd call it pizza dough?
Because of how well I make pizza. This could be a pizza. Like
raw pizza dough.
Yuck. Anyway, yeah, it's a treat.
You make pizza dough. Okay. That's actually called fawn, F-A-U-N.
Yeah, for those of you who haven't gone outside, just like me, this is what a tree looks like, so...
So, this is scary. Hold it up still.
I can't. It's impossible.
Okay. This is Scary Sampler, and hopefully I've put a picture in somewhere here.
Trees.
This is a piece that I started with Jamie, Teeny Weeny Stitches. Miss you, Jamie. Hope you come back to Flosstube soon. We went last month to Brick City Cross Stitch in Ocala, Florida, and she already had this all kitted up, and she's been talking it up on her channel. And a lot of people love this pattern. I hadn't seen it before she showed it. It has lots of references. I bought the PDF, so I don't have a good color picture of it. But it is from the designer did it. I don't know if I've shown it to you. She did it from a bunch of different sci-fi and gothic and even horror things that she likes. Pop culture. It looks like an old type style, but it's all like newer. Well, there's some older Gothic literature in there.
It also it also kind of looks like after we use a blender or whatever to like grind up greens for like a green smoothie, and then we forget to put a lid on it or something, and then it just goes flying everywhere and gets like caught and everything.
Ah, the mind of a 13-year-old boy.
Or like really bad spaghetti that got caught in a tree.
This is, I'm happy with this start. This is a good start for me. This represents, it's the middle centerpiece of it, and it represents the Whomping Willow from Harry Potter. It's a willow tree, but that's what it represents.
I didn't know that there were like there's moldy spaghetti in the Whomping Willow.
It's a willow tree.
And
then,
it's leaves. Okay.
And then this is the start of a big roach crawling up the tree.
Another word.
Which is from Men in Black, which you haven't seen yet. I gotta show. I think you would like Men in Black now. I think you're just at the perfect age.
I'm trying to find it.
Here come the Men in Black. You rode the ride. You remember the ride at Universal that you shoot the? It's like the Buzz Lightyear kind of thing. Where
but also, you said that you've been working with that pattern. On that pattern with someone. Is someone like secretly visiting the house in the middle of the night whenever I'm going to sleep? Someone's like crawling through the window and helping you with your cross-stitch pattern. And then just before I wake up, they crawl back out again.
That would be actually pretty cool. I like that idea actually. And I'm doing that in the DMC conversions. I don't have the fancy flosses kitted up for that, so I'm doing the DMC. You don't like the thought of me using DMC conversions?
No, knowing that someone's probably crawling through the window every night and entering my home and watching me sleep.
Hey, we're just cross-stitching. Me and my imaginary friend.
Yeah, cross-stitching. I can't think of a joke anymore.
Well, one will come to you soon, I'm sure. King of puns.
That's my
okay, and I got a lot of progress on this next one. I'm super excited to show this because I don't know if I'm going to put pictures in. I don't usually put pictures of my progress. The last time I showed things, I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, but I got a lot of progress on this. If you're on my Instagram, you saw my picture. But the last time I had worked on it was a year or two ago. This was my New Year, New Start in 2021, I think, or no?
Oh, it's a bird.
22? Yeah. What is this, 23? I think it was 22. I think it was last year. I don't even remember,
How is someone supposed to memorize a year?
I don't know. I watched Memphis Sarah E! the other day, and she had like hundreds of whips, and every single one, she's like, I started this with this person, and I started this one with this person, and I'm like, how do you remember? It amazes me.
What do you mean you started it with someone?
It means you
How many people are in the house at night?
You basically just say, like, we both want to start this, we're going to start this together. I have quite a few projects that way.
So you start at the same time and you, like, update each other on it, or what?
Yeah. And then they finish, and I'm woefully behind, and they're done, like, way years ahead of me.
I hope you're telling the truth right now, because I'm going to go patch up the windows.
So the word I think we finally came to is beak.
Well, we're still deciding.
No, we're not.
I think we're going to do...
B-E-A-K. I think that's a good choice.
Do meh, like M-E-H.
No, okay. No. Okay, it's beak. Sorry for the confusion. It's beak. Okay, so do you want to tell the good people about your day today? Like, what did you do?
I sat around and watched TV. Alright, well that was one good part. Also, something really exciting happened earlier this morning. It almost never happens to me ever. So I walked outside, and I saw my dog in the middle of the yard.
So we went on a field trip today. This is what I have to put up with every day. So we went on a field trip this morning.
Every second of the day.
That was something different that we haven't really done before, right? We got to go to the courthouse here, the county courthouse.
Well, actually, I know we
Tampa.
do take field trips to the hospital every single time that we.
And we got to get a tour of the courthouse. There was a group of us, about 30 of us, did they say? About 30 of us.
Well, there were 30.1 because
we had.
they
took us around the courtyard. Not the courtyard, the courthouse. They took us around the courthouse, and we got to sit in court in session. It was just probation court, kind of.
It was people
boring, but that's okay.
Kind of.
But it was interesting, right? Very interesting.
Boring.
Well, it wasn't.
It was people on a TV.
Colin was hoping we were going to get a big trial, like a big exciting trial.
Peyton was hoping for that. Yeah, so. I was thinking it was going to be like someone suing something or something. But we did see people on a TV, and that was pretty interesting because you don't see that every day. But we walked in, we saw.
It was on Zoom.
We saw a judge, and he apparently didn't want to show off his mouth or his facial features because they had the desk like right up to his eyes. So it was just
well, he was in front of a bunch of computer monitors. That's
when I go into law and if I were to happen to become a judge, I would just have like my desk like this. 1 second, I'll pick it up. Don't worry. I would just have this as like my desk, and I would just like have my eyes like above this, so I could just peer out and watch all that.
So he was behind a lot of computer monitors. They could see him. The guys could see them on their screen because he was on their screen on Zoom. And then there were some Spanish interpreters. Ooh, that's a dusty box that just came out of my closet. So.
Order in the court. I'd just be like
that. But then during a recess, a break or whatever, he came down and talked to the kids and. Answered questions, and he was very nice, very different than when he was on the bench, and they asked questions. And
he was really kind when he was on the bench, but you're right, he was very different when he came over to us. He went, "Sit down, you piece of
cracker." And then he went to he had his dog. He brought into the court.
I didn't actually get to see it because it was under the desk.
Oh, yeah.
It was like
he has people, his dog handlers that actually bring
the dog
like
in
special
for him. Groomers and stuff, and they were holding
and they walk the dog for him and everything. Because he was saying that's his mental health, that's his therapy, are his dogs. And he's had that one, a new puppy, he said, although it looked full grown. It was a border collie. And then he has 4 at home.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So that was fun. And then Colin here, it was exciting because he's thinking about checking into law maybe as a profession. All right, guys. Thank you for watching.
And I'm jumping out of the boards too because I sealed it up.
Right. And I will see you all later, hopefully in a couple of weeks with more stitching updates. Bye.
Alright, wait, there's something else. Let me think about it. This is the best outro ever. Like, there has never been a better outro than this. Like, this is it. Like, this is a way to make subscribers. Just end off every video, like, everyone's thinking about what to say. Alright, no, I have something I need to say, and what is it? I tried. Alright, that's it. I'm jumping out the window.